So we hear the phrase have faith. Like, have faith, man, things are going to work out. You're stressing out too much. Or have faith, nothing's bad's going to happen to you here. Don't worry about it. And when I was growing up, I would hear that statement and I was pretty naive. So I would really try to believe like, okay, yeah, I got to have faith. I got to have faith. But I didn't really understand what that meant. And honestly, I was just lying to myself that I had faith. And I knew I was lying to myself because I felt in my gut that I didn't believe in that. Like I was just trying to, I guess manifest it in a sense, but back then I didn't really understand manifesting. So I wasn't really even believing it. And then as I've gotten older, I've noticed that instead of focusing on how to have faith, we need to focus on how to build faith. And when you build faith, a byproduct of that is being able to have faith. So, like there's three pillars in my opinion to building faith. And it's just, or not even, three pillars I say, like being good to yourself, being good to others, and working hard. Very, very similar to like success, like I mentioned before. But in this case, it's a little different because it's relying on faith, which is sort of like out of your control, right? But if you do the right things in life, right? Like if you focus on being a good person to yourself and others and you work hard, God will take care of you. Okay. He's like always watching and he knows what's going on. Even when you're by yourself, at all times, he's with you 24/7. So if you're doing the right things, then he will take care of you. So that's how you have faith, because you put in the work. Like God's always there, but he's only going to reward you if you try to actually put in the work into yourself. So for example, and I think with building faith, there's two different lanes you can look at it from. So you can have faith from professionally, right? Like basically, let's say you have an idea, like you have a career you want to pursue. For me, right, this content creation. This is, I really enjoy this. This is serious, and I believe this will go somewhere. And I believe that because I know the work that I'm putting in consistently. So, and I know the person that I am and who I want to be and who I will being rather. And because of all those factors, I believe I have faith that this is going to pan out in the long run. I don't know when it's going to happen or when it's going to quote unquote pan out, but I know that. And in this pillar, I want to mention is that it's important to have a very lofty goal in mind for whatever it is that you're trying to have faith in. Like something far-fetched, honestly, like super far-fetched where you don't really need to tell people about it. I mean, you can tell some close friends if you really want to, but for the most part, like I'm a pretty open person, but I don't go to the extent as to where I see myself taking this to. And I keep it that way because I only want that for myself and God. Like we're the only two people that know that. And when the time comes, the world will know it. So I think that's important to have something very lofty because it can also be a little daunting to pursue. But every day, just make small steps toward that lane. So I'll give an example. Just with my work currently, there's a project I'm working on. I mentioned in another video, but it's just like a migration of tools that I'm using. It's the same concept. The tool is the same concept, but it's just a new tool that the company wants to use. And there's a lot to it. So I kind of wanted to start working towards it. And I know it's a pretty big project for me. And I wanted to just dedicate one day. And this was on, I believe, Friday rather, that I wanted to just research everything that I needed to do for the migration. So then when I come into work on Monday, I can just start working. I can start working on it rather, not spending Monday like researching. Like I spent Friday night just doing that, just to get a little bit ahead. And that was a small step into building faith that I can do this. And so you need to keep doing that. And sometimes that's just how life works that way, right? But the keys are in this lane specifically is having a lofty goal that seems daunting to pursue. Be a good person to yourself and to others, and continuously make small steps towards that goal. That's how you'll have faith in this specific lane when it comes to your career, profession, and all that. The other aspect of having faith is being able to know that like when you made a mistake in life, because that happens, right? Where you just mess up and you goofed up. For example, the example I'm going to give here is, let's say you ran a red light, or you were going, way past the speed limit, and the cop is coming to pull you over. That's where you messed up, right? You messed up. That's just a life error. It happens. It doesn't change your character in any manner. You probably know you shouldn't have been doing that, but you did it, right? And so you're hoping to have faith that in that instance, the cop doesn't give you a ticket for it. And as long as you are, like I said, if you are truly a good person, you try to do the right things, then that will allow you to have faith in those moments. If you're someone that's just being reckless and you've had like multiple instances with the law, then I'm going to be looking at you and saying you need to be better, because like you are just kind of being reckless and you've messed up in the past. So you can't expect yourself to get off the loose that many times. But if this is like your first occurrence and you just genuinely didn't realize the speed limit, for example, or you genuinely, wasn't paying attention running a red light, which I hope you would, but I'm just giving an example here, right? Then you have a reason to have faith that everything will be fine. So these are the two main pillars, and the common equation with both of them is being a good person, right? Like I am a big believer in when you're a good person, that good things will come your way. Just stay having good intentions, and faith will just naturally build itself. So I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video today. Like and comment below what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already. And follow my Instagram, which is in the bio if you haven't seen that. Follow my Instagram as well if you haven't already as well down there. And I will see you guys in the next video.